the crowd. I made it easy. 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 Easy.
And it all started when I went to a rave when I was about 14 years old, 15 years old.
Yeah, it's been a minute. It feels like it, you know what, I'm going to clubs now and I'm, you know, the old you used to say, oh, I'm old enough to be so-and-so's dad. I mean, I actually am old enough to be everybody's dad in a club. It's fucking amazing.
And as soon as I went in, I was instantly hooked on the energy that I felt in this place. So like, you know, it was like 2,000-3,000 people all staring at this one guy on the turntables, and it just got me as to how much power like this one guy with 2 turntables and a mixer had, and how much joy he was bringing, you know, to all these people. And it's something that I thought, you know what, I can definitely do this, man.
It was just a really exciting time, and was, to me, the most exciting time in it. And the idea of crews getting together and, you know, competing as crews, and that's what kind of kick-started the idea. Was this was something that was happening, and this was clearly the time to do it. It was no longer about the individual, it was about a collective of people.
And then from there on, I kind of like became a DJ stroke producer. Started working with a lot of other people as well, making tracks.
For me, everything really came from winning the DMCs in 2004. Everything came off the back of that. So off the back of that, I've DJ'd all over the place, all over the world.
And at that point, I met one of my friends called Nerm. We started basically putting on club nights and stuff around East London. Started up a little record label called Shiva Sound System Recordings.
And then after that, I got a radio show on a BBC radio station called One Extra.
So it was literally like this mad double header. Got us to basically, you know, make music for DJ Hero, and obviously got us to do a show on Radio 1.
And then the next chapter in my career is this.
Because it's a studio full of DJs and producers, it's just one massive collaboration 5 days a week.
I'm the Scratch DJ. That's my official job title, Scratch DJ. It's quite ridiculous, really. I don't think there's any other Scratch DJ for a corporate company in the world with a pension and all that.
You know, we work as a team at the end of the day. So if someone's like, you know what, I've just had enough of this mix, I'm too close to it in a sense, I don't know, you know, what else to do. There's always someone that jumps in and, you know, gives you some advice as well. And we all make sure everyone else's mixes are as good as they can be.
Most of the scratching in the game, other than the celebrity mixes, so obviously the mixes by like Jazzy Jeff, all the other mixes, that's all my scratching.
Every time I make a track now, I always make sure I'm doing it with someone, because I love the end result now. The energy in a track, which is made by 2 people, is so much more kind of vibrant and intense and rewarding to listen to, as opposed to the energy of a track maybe produced by 1 person sometimes. We've really sat down and thought a lot about what tracks are going to work well together, and I think there's a mix in the game for near enough everyone. Do you know what I mean? I can imagine there being a mix for a mother and a daughter to play together, because there's one track that the mum likes and there's one track that the daughter likes, and there's a mix that, you know, a father and son can play together. And then we thought a lot about the way we're going to kind of execute the actual DJing side of things in terms of the actual gameplay.
It was a real kind of step back to what we used to do, because I ain't like done a beat juggling in years, so it was quite a challenge to get your head in that. But
there's probably a lot of people who would love to use real turntables, but it can look quite intimidating. And the crossfader on the peripheral, on the turntable controller, works exactly like this crossfader here. So when this crossfader is over to the left here, you're only hearing the left turntable. When it's over to the right, you're only hearing the right turntable. And in the middle, you hear both, and it works the same here. So when it's over to the left, you hear the left record, which is the green one. Over to the right deck, which is the blue one. In the middle, you hear both.
the reason I went kind of all out on a battle routine was I just got showed loads and loads of Guitar Hero routines and people, you know, completing the game standing on their head or riding a bike and doing all these things. So it kind of made me realise that some people are going to approach it in a really competitive way, and if that's the case, then give them something that's particularly difficult to do.
That combined with the graphics of the game are, you know, absolutely ridiculous. I mean, I reckon it's the first time people are going to be able to be in that position where a DJ stands behind the turntables and sees the crowd they're playing to, which is probably one of the most rewarding things, you know, of being a DJ.
dancing and swinging and moving to the grooving. And just when it hit me, somebody turned around and shouted.
It's going to carry on and it's going to grow and it's going to be exciting, and you're going to get 15-year-olds go to a competition and say, I want to do that. It has to be more exciting.
And I think the game will introduce a lot of people to the principles of DJing. And I think it'll get a lot of people into buying some real turntables. I hope so anyway, because I know that that's what Guitar Hero's done. Guitar sales are higher than they've ever been, I've heard. And I think this could do the same for these as well.
I mean, I want to DJ because it pays a lot. There's lots of girls at gigs and stuff. And if that isn't a good enough reason, then play a video game and hopefully you too will want to DJ.